A serpent's lunge clocks in at speeds the human brain can barely register. It starts with a quiet tightening of muscle followed by a violent kinetic burst. In a fraction of a second, the hierarchy between hunter and hunted is obliterated. We often imagine these reptiles as nature's perfect assassins, unmatched in stealth and accuracy. Yet the wild knows no true perfection. Each pursuit is a high-stakes wager where a single attack could invite an abrupt and fatal end. Eons of evolutionary refinement have honed their instincts to a razor's edge. Physically engineered for stillness, their senses are locked onto the slightest tremors, heat waves, and shifts in air pressure that others miss entirely. When the window opens, hesitation is non-existent. A chain reaction of muscle fire launches an assault capable of terminating a conflict in a blink. Despite such formidable weaponry, success is never a given. A miscalculated trajectory, or a prey's unpredictable reflex, can instantly flip the script, turning the predator into the one scrambling for its life. Deep within cramped, lightless burrows, sight becomes irrelevant, and reflex reigns supreme. Here battles play out with savage immediacy. A mere twitch is enough to detonate violence. The retaliation arrives with blistering velocity. It is a chaotic collision of agony and adrenaline. Victory remains uncertain. Some targets boast reaction times just quick enough to break the serpent's cadence, striking back at the skull, the creature's most vital weak point. Once the head is compromised, authority over the fight vanishes. Such clashes expose the harsh reality of existence in the wild. Brute force means nothing if the timing is off. Potent toxins are worthless if the fangs miss their mark. Crushing power fails without room to maneuver. Nature offers no prizes for arrogance, only for exactness. When that accuracy falters, even a master killer ends up retreating maimed or dead. Do not expect a montage of triumphs. What follows is a collection of near misses and narrow escapes, where existence hangs on a millisecond difference. Every skirmish lays bare the tenuous nature of power, proving that no beast, no matter how lethal, is ever safe from the hazards of the hunt. To grasp the full cycle, how these stealth predators dominate, fail, and occasionally scrape by, keep watching. We are just getting started. If your heart is already racing, smash that like button and lock in, because the danger in the next segment escalates to a critical level. When walls close in and exits disappear, velocity is the only currency of value. A compressed physique springs open, jaws unhinging with mechanical exactitude, seeking absolute dominion rather than mere havoc. The prey is diminutive, exposed, and perilously near. For a fleeting instant, the odds act entirely in the serpent's favor. This is its domain, shadowed, silent, and primed for ambush. Yet survival reflexes are not the exclusive property of the hunter. Certain creatures are hardwired to act before their brains even process the threat. A flinch sparks a defensive hurricane. Paws become a blur of motion, hammering down with relentless intent. Every blow is directed at a singular target, the cranium. Repeatedly, the serpent's rhythm shatters. Its momentum is derailed, and what should have been a surgical strike devolves into a desperate scramble for stability. Elsewhere, hubris takes the wheel. A small mammal wanders freely, oblivious, or perhaps in denial, of the reaper lurking inches away. Warning signs are unheeded. The reptile recalibrates, coils tightening as it measures the gap. When the blow lands, it lacks theatrics, just a subtle shift and a fatal injection. The chemistry does its work in silence, systematically disabling motor functions and extinguishing resistance without a sound. These opposing scenarios highlight a savage law. Survival isn't reserved for the swiftest or the mightiest. It is the prize of whoever dominates that opening split second of engagement. Blow that opportunity, and the tide turns. Nail it, and the contest ends before it begins. Certain serpents push this doctrine to the extreme, turning cannibalistic. In these duels, there is no wavering, no posturing, and no backing down. Scent trails and lingering body heat are all the invitation needed. If the quarry seeks cover, safety is merely a mirage. The aggressor pursues, dragging its kin into the open to be devoured whole. Toxins hold no sway in this arena. Immunity overrides dread, and veteran experience supersedes wariness. Every frame drives home the same axiom: supremacy in nature is fleeting. A single lapse in control determines the victor. Lose your grip, and evolution offers no reprieve. If you are beginning to realize just how precarious life in the wild truly is, hit subscribe and stay sharp. The upcoming segment features adversaries strong enough to crush snakes without using a drop of venom. As the weight class increases, the tactical playbook changes. Velocity loses its monopoly. Raw strength, crushing pressure, and stamina become the deciding factors. Against armored reptiles, a viper's arsenal feels suddenly inadequate. Venom needs a breach. Constriction needs room. Often, neither is granted. A titan advances fearless, its jaws locking on with bone-shattering intensity. Here there are no hit-and-run tactics. The assault is total. Teeth meant for rending flesh sink deep and hold fast. The pain is relentless. The snake writhes, seeking leverage to wrap its body but is pinned. Without mobility, the coil cannot kill. Authority over the brawl passes entirely to the combatant who sets the tempo. In other theaters, serpents survive by picking safer fights. A languid, noiseless drift toward an oblivious victim demands zero violence. No pushback. No retaliation. Calories are hoarded, not squandered. The real work happens inside, where powerful muscles crush and extract sustenance, ejecting the waste. For a hunter that might fast for weeks, this efficiency is the definition of life. The odds do not always tilt toward the reptile. Diminutive combative adversaries exploit weak spots with surgical precision. Flurries of limbs attacking from all sides. Stingers aiming for nerve clusters. Bodies may entangle and constrict, but a direct hit to the skull alters the equation. Lose that focus and the upper hand dissolves. Against specific foes, muscular power is futile. Positioning is the only shield. Death can also descend from the heavens. Talons strike with grim finality, pinning the most vulnerable anatomy instantly. With the head restrained, the war is lost before the first shot is fired. No fangs can engage. No strikes can launch. The terror of the undergrowth is rendered impotent in a heartbeat. Such battles unveil a merciless truth. Every creature has evolved to capitalize on a flaw. Perfection is a myth. Every strength has a blind spot. Survival isn't about ruling the kingdom. It's about steering clear of the one fight you cannot win. If the volatility of these power struggles shocks, you drop a comment below and don't go anywhere. The next chapter delves into Venom versus Venom warfare, where a moment's pause spells instant doom. Amidst the rot and quiet of the deep bush, peril remains hidden until it is uncomfortably near. A sluggish predator creeps forward with calculated ease, its tongue tasting the air for chemical echoes of the past. The arrival of a rival serpent sends voltage through the air. Confusion is absent, curiosity is non-existent. There is only identification and lethal purpose. The standoff is fleeting. A hood flares, a posture rises. Then the attack is delivered with clinical exactitude. The objective is not a brawl, but immediate suppression. Neurotoxins flood the system, short-circuiting the victim before it can strike back. In snake-on-snake, combat velocity and geography are God. Tardy reflexes are a death sentence. Paralysis wins the race. The end comes in silence. Still, poison is no guarantee. Certain furry adversaries leverage erratic motion over strength. They forego the headshot, opting to nip and tear along the flanks. Trauma builds, muscles fail. Accuracy degrades. Dense fur and elastic skin dampen the fang's impact, turning a lethal bite into a scratch. Recklessness masks a strategy of attrition. Drain the hunter's battery, and the victim becomes the victor. Some clashes yield no winner. On open terrain, two evenly matched titans blur into a singular knot of violence. One bets on toxins, the other on reaction time. Fangs miss by a hair's breadth. Bites connect but fail to drop the target. As the clock ticks, fatigue sets in. Systems crash. Blood spills. In these rare stalemates, life is granted to neither. Nature has no compassion for a draw. Such events shatter the illusion of godhood. Toxins can be weathered. Velocity can be neutralized. Stamina runs dry. Occasionally, the price of staying alive is more than either combatant can afford. If this segment altered your perspective on biological warfare, tap that like button and stick around. The finale uncovers why even a successful kill can be a hazard. By the riverbanks and clearings, the ultimate axiom of the wild comes into focus. Even a triumph has its tax. A sleek form slides through the water, barely rippling the surface. Under the serenity, kinetic energy builds, awaiting a telltale pulse. When it triggers, the takedown is imperceptible to the unobservant. No noise. No fight. The quarry is submerged before panic can set in. Velocity usurps power. Leverage replaces poison. It is ruthless efficiency, yet it is never free of risk. Swallowing the catch leaves the viper dangerously exposed. With a distended belly, lightning reflexes vanish instantly. Slithering becomes a heavy, labored task. There is no quick exit now. Ironically, the feast is often the deadliest hour. A hunter grounded by its own gluttony is a sitting duck. Triumph for that split second invites total ruin. This is the savage law of the jungle. Being the top killer is never a guarantee of safety. Every upper hand is short-lived.